Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, friends. I hope everyone's done being happy because it's time for us to watch The Last of Us. This time, Season 2, Episode 3, The Path. Now, I think the topic of conversation whenever it deals with The Last of Us is, I can't believe they did that this early in the season. I too was shocked, friends. I thought the story beat from the last episode would be something they drag out a little bit, but here we are. The only way forward is to follow the path. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time it's time to go live. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. Not a fan of Patreon? Stick with us here on YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes about a day early, plus any bonus episodes we come up with. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now, and now it's time to journey once again to the post-apocalyptic world of The Last of Us with Season 2, Episode 3, The Path. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! Okay, we're into the recap. Very curious to see how quickly they speed up this next leg. If are we going to get forward progression of the story or a retrospective over the last 5 years? I'm thinking we're going to get a mixture of both. I'm just wondering how the format's going to be. If it's going to be an episode where we have a mixture, one episode, nothing but flashback, you know? It's going to be curious. They've done both, so.
I saved your life.
What life?
Very hard to watch.
Die! You're all gonna fucking die!
I always had concerns about this leg for this series because it is so dark. I mean, this series is not a beacon of light by any stretch of the imagination, but man, oh man, those of you that played part 2, this is dark. Dark days are ahead, my friends. I mean, we're in one right now, but whew, bad shit. Oh, man. Yep. Question I have. I don't think they've ever addressed this in the game. It has to be a living body to be reanimated by the fungi, right? Like, you can't, like, dead matter can't be, I don't know, puppeted by the fungi, right? Man, oh man. Curious as to why they're cleaning the body.
Give Sarah my love.
Oh my God. God, this show is just it's taking an hour out of your week to break your heart. I would like to know how many people died. And how many people are hiding bites.
Ellie!
Oh my God. Well, we were just talking about being happy. Holy shit. I mean, I hate to compare apples to oranges and stuff like that, but, you know, as far as, like, zombie movies or zombie shows go, I mean, Walking Dead, I guess, is the closest comparison as far as, like, a serialized zombie experience, but I'm here to tell you, there are a couple episodes every now and again of Walking Dead. I've only ever seen the first 2 seasons of it that are just good story, and you're like, cool, man, awesome stuff. Last of Us, I mean... Last of Us is a weekly beating. Like, you show up, you volunteer, you know what's going to happen, and you show up just to get your ass kicked. Oh my God. Oh, you sons of bitches. And he took away Joel. Oh my God. Okay, so obviously some time has passed. We don't have snow on the ground anymore. 3 months. There we go. Man, Jesse's a big guy. Tommy, right there, that's youth.
So can I just...
Almost. I just need you to see one more person, then you're good to go.
Therapist time.
How are you doing?
Fine.
If you say it that fast, it kind of implies you're not.
Okay, ask me again.
How are you doing, Ellie?
Give me a moment. It's really complicated, because, you know, feelings.
Okay.
I've been stuck in here since...
Since then. Since the day.
In my last moment with Joel, he said he wronged you. Maybe bad.
No idea what he meant. I don't feel wronged. Man, I wish I could have let him off the hook for whatever it was he was talking about.
She can read you.
Everyone were as healthy as you. What would I do for weed and booze?
I wouldn't worry, Gail. There's still a lot of fucked up people in this town.
Yeah. But not you, though.
Not me. See ya. Oh yeah, she's right as the rain. Nothing going on behind those eyes. Not burning, searing hatred. Nah, none of that. Oh, I'd love to be able to read that. Thank you for your... Damn it. So she was hurt pretty severely. I guess she had a collapsed lung, broken ribs, something like that. They're asking a ton of Bella Ramsey. I mean, I think she can deliver, but this is one of the biggest asks you can make of an actor. I want to see her kick ass so bad. And I know she can. I want it to be universally accepted that she kicked ass. That's a pretty big ask. Life interrupted. Hell yeah. Don't smell it. Woo! Voluntarily watch the show. Ellie, it's okay. No one expects you to be.
Thank you for all those times she came to visit.
That's okay. You would have done the same for me.
Yeah, maybe not as often.
Yeah, no, probably not. I told you I didn't learn anything useful. That wasn't true.
Oh boy.
This town was wreckage and funerals for weeks. Nobody was going to go after anyone. And then it occurred to me that if you want to find someone and the only thing you know about them is where they're going to end up,
Wait for him to get there.
maybe let them get there. I loved him too, you know.
That's a dynamic I'm so glad they added to the series. Joel and Dina.
The dark-haired guy was Manny. The other guy was Owen.
The girl with the dark hair and the bald one of them's named Nora. I'm not sure which.
The girl with the braid.
Abby.
Yeah, oh God, here we go.
One of those groups was the Washington Liberation Front. Out of Seattle.
WLF.
Wow.
Did he say how small they were?
No. But seeing as how no one's ever mentioned them since, I'm guessing small enough for us to handle. So now what?
Oh my God. Dina, what do you think is next?
No, we don't get where you're coming from. I don't get where you're coming from. If it had been you, Joel would be halfway to Seattle before the sun came up.
He'd be halfway to Seattle to save my life. But when we lost people, no. It would just break him like it was his fault. I saw that time and time again, and don't talk to me like I didn't know him. He was my brother.
Tommy is also bullshitting you.
But if we're gonna put a posse together, we gotta do it right, which means taking it to Maria. Yes, it's fucking necessary. She's gonna want a council meeting, open it up to the town. Everyone who wants to get heard gets heard.
This is a different take, I think.
All right.
I mean, Tommy's got to be in his late 50s, too. I think the age-old question to ask in this particular instance is, you know, who's right, who's wrong? This is just a story now. That shit's out the window.
No one falling, all clear. Keep moving.
Good. Once we get resettled, I'll teach you to whistle. And that's how we keep her spirit alive. Follow her words, we obey her teachings, but we keep ourselves safe.
Yeah, boy.
Tell me, you feel safer?
Yes.
What a good young actor. That's
Take
it.
cover!
Yep. In the game, you can hear them, but before you even know this group, you can hear them whistling, and I never knew what it was until they are on you.
Now the right side. Just the right side.
Come on, man, that side hurts more.
I noticed.
That's why he wants you to do it.
Heard you're on the council now,
Yep.
so you know about the meeting coming up.
I know about the meeting coming up.
Can I count on you?
Can't discuss upcoming votes.
Bullshit, Jesse. Come on, man.
Dude, you were there.
I know that too. Gotta go.
Yeah, they're gonna screw you, Ellie. They're gonna screw you.
Write them down and then read them out loud tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, because I'm stupid.
Because you're angry, Ellie. And no one's gonna vote for angry.
Personally, I don't need him to fucking vote. I'm gonna steal some shit and I'm gone.
So my heart is with you, Tommy and Ellie. We are too hurt, and it is too soon.
Thank you, Rachel. Next is Carlisle.
I'll be quick.
I've seen that guy in a ton of stuff.
Forgive and be forgiven. No grudges, no revenge. And I'm not even a Christian.
Okay.
To hell with you for saying it, Carlisle.
Seth, sit down.
No.
You're not on the list.
No! What the hell are we all talking about here? They took one of ours. My God, somebody shoots your brother. You want to take the locks off your doors? Grow up! You idiots. And when they come back, they'll be laughing. And you'll all deserve it. Bunch of goddamn victims.
Wow, Ellie. Help from a surprising corner.
Ellie?
This is all horse shit. I mean, straight up, friends. Horse shit right here. What are you gonna do? Convince her?
It's not. It's not about revenge. What I want is what you used to give people. I want justice.
There we go.
Either that, or we do nothing. That's what everyone else out there is going to do for us. Nothing. That's what holds all this together. Not potluck dinners or New Year's Eve dances. Definitely not a wall, because that thing got busted through, but Jackson is still here.
They've already made up their minds.
I am asking you, please, do it for us.
For Jackson.
Thank you.
They've already made their minds up. They came in with a decision. That whole fucking list. The vote was in. Yeah.
To send a party of 16 citizens to Seattle to find the people who killed Joel and execute them.
This shouldn't be anonymous either. This is bullshit. You should say it.
The vote is 8-3. The proposal is rejected.
Thank you for your time. Seth, I think you and I agree on one thing.
Attaboy 9!
Oh, shit.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Hell yeah. I had Tiger season tickets. You want a beer? Get them from Marshall.
That's cool. Like the different brewers have like these are Marshall's beers. Oh, okay, they're good. Thank God. They're Jason's beers. Jesus, tastes like carbonated piss.
I just don't want her to go down the same paths that Joel did.
She's a great character. Very needed character.
If she's on a path, it's not one that Joel put her on. No. No. I think they were walking side by side from the very start. You inherited her, and you want to keep her out of trouble. Take it from a psychotherapist of 40 years.
Can't do it.
Some people just can't be saved.
That's a hell of a thing to say. But it's also right. Where do you all stand? I mean, I know that everybody, it's kind of a knee-jerk to just, jump aboard the let's get them train. But, like, putting yourself in that situation, friends, what would you do if you were on the council? How would you vote? I'm extremely curious about that.
I'm just going to bed.
No, I don't think that is where you're going.
I think you're leaving.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do?
You follow the path that I've already marked out here.
Stay clear of cities or settlements. First stage is through the national forest. Once we're out, we follow
Where?
winter coats for beds, jackets for blankets, first aid kits, batteries, bear spray.
Now, handguns. What are you bringing?
Is that Joel's?
Fucking A right it is.
Really? Shoot your damn ass off?
Oh, I've heard that before.
Love the Converse. Respect your consistency, but you're not crossing open country in fucking chucks.
I've done it before.
No.
With fucking chucks.
Wear all the clothes you're gonna bring. Fill your pockets with ammo. Everything else needs to fit inside a holster or your backpack. We'll meet by the old East Gate, 3 a.m.
Great character. Oh, I love her. I knew it was going to be him.
Trade. It's better. Trade. Janine's night watch at the stables. She's sympathetic to our cause.
Our cause?
You're the one that gave the us speech, not me.
That's an offer, Ellie. There we go. United in common cause. Oh, God. Beautiful shot. They are asking so much of her. It's almost unfair. Absolutely beautiful. This show knows how to do travel montages. I mean, look at this. The location scouting, another great job in The Last of Us. Look at that. My God, everybody.
Let me see a new topic.
Or silence.
Got one. First person you kill.
Jesus, really?
Jesus, right?
Let me know if you see any outcroppings or spots with cover.
Why? That's okay.
We got a storm coming. Yep.
Holy shit, that came on fast.
Damn, she's good. I'm like constantly scared. And I'm not in The Last of Us. But they've got nylon between them and potential infected raiders.
It's about New Year's Eve and, the kid.
She's really good. The actor is really good.
I'm just curious. Want to know if I'm any good at it. 1 to 10.
Okay, fine, 6.
Fuck you, 6.
Fuck you, 6.
Well, good night.
An actor knowing their environment, she reached up and knew how to turn off that lantern. Like, it could have been her 12th take or something, but still, I love little shit like that.
It wasn't that high.
I wasn't that drunk. Ah, shit.
How much further?
Okay, this is the same trail we saw with the group, the Whistlers.
He was running away.
Shot in the back.
What's that symbol?
I don't know. I've never seen it before.
Well, don't look, Ellie. I mean, Dina's seen some terrible shit. Dear God. Oh my God. Setting up a lot in this one. Jesus God almighty, am I tense. Oh my God, looks just like the game. I highly recommend playing the games, even if you don't like video games. The story in and of itself is amazing. And it's one of the scariest, tensest things I've ever done in my life. Dear God. Wide open. Jesus. Wide open.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're moving up to the fob. All clear between checkpoint 3 and 5.
Is he up on the Space Needle? Woo! Yeah, there's a lot of wolves. And they are heavily, heavily armed. Jesus God almighty. Oh boy. All right, everybody, we just finished watching The Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 3, The Path, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished watching The Path, the third episode of the second season of The Last of Us. They really, I mean, as strange as this sounds, for the length of the episode, too, we didn't get a whole lot of advancement in this one, and I understand why. They wanted to kind of take some time here to basically allow the audience to process, along with Ellie and Jackson and Tommy and everybody, to kind of just, you know, they gave us 3 months. I don't believe they did that in the game. I think that it was a pretty quick turnaround for Ellie and Dina to take off. In fact, I want to say it was just like within a few days that they left and were trailing after Abby and her group on the way to Seattle. So this one extends that time by quite a bit, if I'm remembering correctly, which Swiss cheese brain. What I thought I would focus on too is it's the creatives here are doing a really good job. I mean, they go into this season knowing full well that they have Joel leave very early after he's murdered by Abby. And so to really get a lot of the introspection that is sort of, I don't want to say it's assumed, but, you know, especially like for Tommy. For Tommy, Tommy becomes, and this isn't a spoiler by any stretch of the imagination, but after Joel's death, Tommy doesn't share a whole lot. I'll just leave it at that. So having him talk to Gail and kind of process verbally, outwardly, you know, so we can hear and appreciate what's going on, you know, when he starts talking to Gail, Gail plays a very necessary role in getting what would have been just silence and assumption from the video game into the actual defined, you know, this is where I stand, you know, when Ellie says things, you know, Gail lets us know, you know, by the way, she's a liar, she's bullshitting, you know, obviously, you know, Bella Ramsey's doing such a great job with the portrayal and the delivery. We understand that, you know, she's lying. We understand that she's on a path of vengeance. The justice line that she threw out in the council, I'm pretty sure that was to try to sway the council. It's not revenge, everybody, it's justice, and you all like to provide justice. So it's a very difficult story to tell. And I've said it once and I'll say it again. When they started The Last of Us, I thought, you know, season 1, you're going to be able to tell a tale that's very powerful and, you know, obviously we've seen season 1. If we're watching, the story beats there are very dark. You know, we have some very dark story beats that occur in season 1. But at the same time, as far as being like a moral delivery system, season 1 is relatively straightforward. We have a couple times where we're asking questions. Should they, you know, what would I do? You know, be the good Samaritan, you know, stop for the injured people, you know, how do you survive the constant struggle between being you know, expressing humanity, but also being a survivor. You know, all of those things kind of play into season 1, and it's a good exploration, I think, into those themes. And I think they do a very good job of portraying every different kind of angle by the people that Joel and Ellie met, you know, like, you know, how they, you know, I'm thinking like Henry and Sam, you know, people like that. It was very interesting the way that they were able to bring that up. But man, part 2. And again, I think that there's a lot of debate that pops up over part 2, and I like to hear all sides of it. I like to hear, there are people that are pro Abby, there are people that are pro Joel, there are people that are pro Ellie, which those are very different, pro Joel and pro Ellie. And they see the vengeance. They don't understand, there's so many points, and I think they're all very valid. I think that you can make an argument for just about any course of action in this. I mean, if someone said, defend Abby, I could probably do it. If they said defend Joel's actions, I could do it. Defend Ellie's actions. Yeah. Now go the other side, smash Abby's actions. Absolutely. Smash Joel's actions. Sure. Smash Ellie's. And I think that's the beauty of a well-told story in this, that it provides you this morality question, but it doesn't give you a good answer. It leaves that up in the wind. This is something that can be interpreted, and that is life. If you see some wrong being done, and then a wrong is righted or so-and-so, however you want to view it, there are two sides to every story, and there's two perspectives, which are very, very... That's my long-winded way of saying this. Part 2 of The Last of Us is POV. And that's not a gaming term. This is a perspective. And again, this is where things get very gray. I'm not sure how they're going to do it in the series, and I'm not obviously going to spoil any story beats that come forward, but in the game, whenever you would play certain things, and again, no spoilers here, you are not privy to certain things at certain times. The story gets expanded at some point, and then you are privy to certain story beats and elements that have really sort of already occurred. And so any kind of, for me, and this is personally speaking, when I played the game, decisions that I came to early in the game, I questioned towards the end. And I made mention of that after we watched the first episode. It's like, okay, make your stand, make your statement. I mean, you make your statement. Now defend it. You get farther into the game or the season. Now defend it. Now defend it. And it gets tougher and tougher, friends. At least for me it did. And again, but what I really enjoy about this show is that incredibly difficult decision that's this is very divisive. There's, if you say one thing, there's a party on the other side that takes offense to it. Even as an audience member or as a fan, I understand the heated emotions. I really do, because this is what this story is about. You fall in love with characters, or you take a position, you take a side, you take a stand, and you want to be right. You want to be right, and you're going to defend it, and you're going to say, I'm right about this. And friends, I'm going to tell you this, I made the same mistake during the game, and I was wrong a lot. And again, even watching the series where they kind of double down on certain themes and certain elements to really kind of push these points home, it's still very difficult to look at these things and then say, oh, am I in the right? Am I in the wrong? How does this go? And to me, and for my money, for a story, boy, what more can you ask from a story? When a story is delivered in such a way where there is debate over whether or not, the protagonists are right or wrong, or the antagonists are right or wrong, or who are the protagonists and who are the antagonists. That, to me, like I said, when they said they were making The Last of Us, I said, oh, that first season's going to be all right. That's going to be, second season's going to be a shit show to try to figure, the audience is going to be all over the place. Because, and here's my long-winded way of saying this. When the video game came out, it was met with, I'm just going to say, a lot of negativity. And I'm going to include myself in that, because when I watched when I played the second game and Joel was killed, I was just like, well, what am I even doing here? What am I even wasting my time for? And I actually walked away from the game for maybe a month or two. It might have even been longer than that. I actually have to think about that. And then when I went back, I kind of, again, it wasn't like the emotions went away either. I was still pretty pissed. And I went back and thought, F it, I'll play this game and then see how it goes. And you get into the story, and you get into the story, and you get into the story, and they're telling a tale, friends. And the tale it's one I'm super duper glad that I experienced. But boy, oh boy, even now, with the perspective of having played the game, even now watching this series play out pretty much the way the game did, I mean, I'm still undecided. I swear. I mean, I am as wishy-washy as it comes when it comes to the points in this game. Because again, it's just, there are perspectives in play that, things that I immediately agreed with, when I was playing the game, like Joel going through the hospital. When I was playing the game, I'm like, if that's my kid up there, this is exactly how it's going down. And then you get a different perspective and you think to yourself, oh, Jesus, a lot of people have been asking me, so let me definitively say this. Do I think Joel was right to go into the hospital and kill all those people? It doesn't matter what I think. Would I have done what Joel did? Would I have been right or wrong along with Joel? 100%. So take that for what you will. That's my dipshit way of saying I'm not sure. I'm not claiming anything's right or wrong. But the actions that Joel did at that ending of season 1, I'm doing them. So I'm right or wrong with Joel. Anyway, friends, I just think that we are, and I see the setup that they're doing with this one. This was a long, kind of a quiet episode, which is very needed, I think, for right now. Very needed to kind of bring it back to the people. And but I'm telling you, we got some really big morality questions that are coming up. Some really big, audience, the creatives pointing their fingers right at us and saying, what do you think? And friends, I'm right. And even if you've never played the game and you're watching this for the first time, I am right in that boat with you, because I'm not going to lie. I am still questioning everything I think about this game. I know what I would do, but again, just like with Joel, I don't know if I'd be right. Friends, if you could do me a favor, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and allows me to alert you next time it's time to not be happy and we watch The Last of Us. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. Not a fan of Patreon? Stick with us here on YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes about a day early, plus any bonus episodes we come up with. But my dear friends, all that is then and this is now. And now I'm going to say I think we need a little break. Now we have to say goodbye to The Last of Us. But as is our reward for being the Greek chorus that is a vital import to the telling of this tale, our reward now as we spread the news of The Last of Us to others that may not have seen it, our reward is to go back into the episode and say goodbye from a specific moment inside that episode. So friends, what I think I will do is pick your favorite scene during the travel montage with Ellie and Dina. Whatever beautiful landscape you saw, or, inside the tent during the rain, or just riding Shimmer if you're a horse aficionado. But friends, you pick one place that you would like to be, and I'll be riding right beside you. Until such time as we can take to the trail again, my friends, Vulcan roll, and I'll see you.